Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back to another vlog. Today we are going to be talking about the saga in Nigeria, and I hope that you will tend to enjoy this because this is part of our street vlogging today, and I wish I use this opportunity to welcome all of you, and I appreciate your contributions and your efforts to watch us. And please, I plead on you to like, comment, and always subscribe to this channel, and we are good to go. So what are we talking about? That Peter Obi sues Bayo Onanuga. Peter Obi finally sues the attack dog of Tinubu administration. So, for those that are not familiar with this story, Peter Obi is the most popular Nigeria alive at the moment. So, who has something that Nigerian politicians doesn't have? The Nigerian politicians doesn't care for the people. They don't have compassion. They lack human attributes. They are mostly selfish. They think about elections, think about grabbing election. But Peter Obi seems to be different from most of them, from his record and from what he's now showing. So now, there was a news that Bayo Onanuga alleged that Peter Obi is planning with a lot of groups to cause mayhem or protest in Nigeria, and so many things. He mentioned the obedient group. Let us just see this. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. So back to what we are discussing. There was alleged information by this Bayo Onanuga about Peter Obi sponsoring the protesters, the planned protests, and they alleged that Peter Obi was part of IPOP, that he are mobilizing IPOP and others, and the obedient group, many of that people. So for you that listening, you might have noticed, you might have heard this name Onanuga. This Onanuga, before Tinubu allegedly won the election or declared the election, was the one that was an agent of the racial discrimination, which people were shocked that Nigeria always do the wrong things. That in any country that is doing the right thing, this type of person will not even come near the leadership of a nation that is talking about unity and the nationalism. But after making those comments, he was promoted to show that he was being sponsored to do all those things. You know, Nigerian politicians like to divide the country on ethnic line. They don't talk about nationalism. They don't build nations. They don't build a nation. There's nothing like nationhood for them. They just like the next election and to continue even if they are not doing very well. So P2B has not actually called for protest. So there are a lot of people that call for protest, which is in Nigeria is not illegal to call for protest, because if you have seen the deterioration of life in Nigeria that APC has started and now completely destroying everything in Nigeria. Can you imagine that a tuber of yam that used to be 150 naira, 200 naira, is now going to almost 7,000 to 10,000 naira, just a tuber of yam. So there are a lot of insecurity, no food in the country, and the government is busy spending money on things that are not important, and also, you know, making impunity policies that are not actually in line with the people's welfare. People are dying of hunger. There is no action on the government to stop that. The insecurity, bad roads, and all those things. So, and the people were so angry that they are planning to protest. So what is happening in Nigeria is even worse than what is happening in other nations. The country currency has collapsed. There are massive inflations and all those things. And the politicians has no answer. They are busy doing parties, celebrating birthdays, enjoying as if nothing is happening. It's like a man, his house is on fire, as they say, should not be chasing rats. But that's exactly what is happening. The politicians are busy dilly-dallying, and to the greatest surprise is that all of them are commending the same party that is actually causing this problem. Remember, Bola Ahmed Tinubu led a protest. He said revolution, that they must be kicked out during Jonathan's time. He led the protest. He's part of this thing. Although a lot of his associates has now said that what they were doing against Jonathan was politics, that Jonathan was actually doing the right thing. You know, but remember, they led this protest. They were not stopped. So now, suddenly, Bayo Onanuga came up with this rubbish against P2B. And remember, they said they have won the election. They won against him, and you said that he finished third. Why are you so much paying attention to him? There's something we have not understood here. Because if you say you won the election, which people know who they voted for? They know that who they voted for wasn't the one in power. But he finished third, so leave him alone to get on with his life, you know. And for the first time in Nigeria, after the election, the opposition just go back to bed and wait for the next election. But P2B has not done that. He knows that the people need effective opposition. He needs that this government need to be checked, need to be policed, because they tend to know nothing, absolutely nothing. You know, that's why he keep on doing effective opposition, which has never happened before. Remember, after the election, the last election, during Buhari time, this Abubakar Atiku just went to Dubai or something. He doesn't even care what's happening in Nigeria, leaving the people on their own like Nigerian politicians, but not anymore. P2B has changed the narrative, showing that even if you are not in power, you can also be in power, because once you are doing what people like away from the government, people will be following you. And that's what has, you know, and he's doing really, really constructive criticism of the government. Most of the bad policies they are bringing, the government, he will want them and say, look, this thing you are doing this is the result. And sometimes they insist on doing that, and the result will come. Suddenly they withdraw back again and going back to Peter Obi's this thing, showing that they are really in power. They are in power, but they are not actually ruling the country. It's like Peter Obi was the one telling them what to do, because they are not prepared for leadership. They just prepare to grab power. So now, the lawyer of Peter Obi said, within 72 hours, withdraw the defamation or we take you to court. And another one is that you need to pay 5.5 billion as damages. You know, they've been alleging all sorts of things because of, you know, they think in APC regime, the law, Nigerian law has become like a tissue paper. So they think that, oh, the judges, everybody's under control. They cannot, the judiciary is not independent. They cannot, blah, 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 and all those things. Like you see in the courts in Nigeria, they take people to court. A court case that should last 2 days or 3 days, 4 years, 5 years, they have not actually made a judgment on that. The judges will be doing all sorts of things, and that's what has been happening in Nigeria, and Nigeria becoming worse and worse, you know, under the people we thought they were Democrats. Now you are seeing that they are not really Democrats, they are just something else. So I don't want to make much this thing, but do you think that Peter Obi has finally waking up to attack them? Because for a long time they've been alleging all sorts of nonsense against him. He just ignored them. But now he decided to go for them. So do you think it's a wise decision? Because knowing how arrogant they are, they don't apology is not in their dictionary. They don't. There's nothing like apology in their dictionary. They will never apologize, for sure. And from the early report we are getting now is that there was a comment from the Twitter handle of the same said man saying that he will meet him in court. That he's here to receive the letter. He will now meet Peter Obi in court. That's how they are. So that's unfortunate. I don't know why Nigeria is so unfortunate with leadership. Nigeria, God bless Nigeria so much, but in leadership we have not get that blessing yet. Nigeria has the worst leadership on earth. For years we've been having the worst leadership. You know, what is a rocket science to provide security in Nigeria? The food security, even food security. It's not a rocket science. I personally can actually deliver these things within 6 months or 1 year and stop these things. So there's nothing there. But this is a rocket science for them because they don't care for you. They don't care for anybody like they care for the elections. That's why most of those people are moving into a party you know that is not performing very well. Most of Nigerians are complaining about this bad leadership. You know.